Previously on Paranormal Investigations.
To check out an asylum, actually way out in Indiana.
Doris, you can use this box to talk to us.
Paranormal lockdown was here and they were sleeping here in the kitchen hoping to get Doris's attention and were woken up in the middle of the night by this sound.
So battery draining is like a real problem. You were here just a second ago. Can you come back? Hi! Come here, look behind you. Come over here and check this out. Oh, that's so cool. We see you sitting on the chair.
That's cool. Did somebody want to draw them out?
No, it's people, because they were... Go ahead.
Okay.
So... What the...
Are you glad that we're here?
No.
No? Did you say no? Correct.
Noah, are you in here with us? Is anybody in here with us? What is your name?
Paranormal Investigations. The entire TEPS team returns to the old Randolph County Asylum to further investigate what Victor and Megan experienced last time when the team teamed up with Culprit Paranormal. Will the contest winners experience the unknown as the team breaks off into two groups to cover the massive building? What is sitting next to Amanda in the basement as Lindsay monitors her with the SLS camera, while the experienced investigators Victor and Rodney show them how to communicate with the unknown? Did something touch Jason and Jessica while Megan, Angela, and Misty helped show them how to investigate? Is this the spirit of the little boy playing with the entire team as they investigate his room? Find out what happens on this Christmas holiday special of Paranormal Investigation.
Welcome everyone to the Randolph County Asylum. This is the third asylum to be built on these grounds. And the history of these places goes back to the 1820s here in Indiana. Actually to our state constitution that says every county will establish a county home to care for poor and indigent peoples. So when you hear the name Randolph County Asylum, I don't want you to think of a madhouse. I want you to think of people who are seeking asylum, someone who's looking for a safe place. Because most of the residents here were mentally disabled, physically disabled, or just poor and unable to take care of themselves. So these are people looking for somewhere safe to go where they can receive care. The first building here was built in 1851. It was actually built on this very foundation. It was a wooden building. So it's candlelight, oil lamplight, and a wood stove for heat and cooking. Because it's 1851, there's not electricity. In 1855, the building burned to the ground. There were 19 residents in here at that time. No one was hurt in the fire. Everyone made it out okay. At that point in time, the county needed to build a new asylum So they built a second building immediately to the south of here on the other side of the driveway up. And to get it up as quickly as possible, they fired the bricks on site. Now, we have a wonderful mix out here of clay and crap is our dirt out here. So if you can get it done right, they'll be really, really good bricks. However, they didn't fire the bricks long enough or hot enough to develop a protective glaze. So basically, as soon as they had that building erected, it started to melt in the weather. So we have records from the late 1880s of women on the west side of the building taking their bedclothes and their pillows and shoving them in holes in the walls and using them to hold the windows in place. These are county run, they are county funded. This was a 350-acre working farm, so they basically raised everything that they needed here, barring a few odds and ends. And the superintendents obviously don't come for free. So the county is responsible for paying for those, and they are responsible for the maintenance on the building. Well, the county commissioners, like so many situations we run into today, oh, isn't it nice those poor people are being taken care of and now we can wash our hands of it, kind of a situation. And they couldn't get the commissioners to come out and look at the condition of the building. And after listening to the community complain for a very long time about the conditions of the building in 1895, they did what they still do today. Rather than actually solve the problem, they threw money at it. And in 1895, they hired a contractor to install a brand new invention in the basement of that second asylum. So in 1895, any idea what that new invention might have been? I know you know.
You're not allowed to answer, Victor. That's why I'm keeping my mouth quiet.
No, they installed a flushing toilet in the basement of that asylum. So the contractor was really good at his job. He installed the toilet and he ran the drain from the building all the way back through the woods and emptied it into the creek. Now, our historian grew up along that creek. He's 70 years old, and he lived along that creek for a good part of his life. He said its technical name is Salt Creek. But he said when he was growing up, they didn't call it that. Everybody dumped everything into that. It had another name. And in fact, he said there was on more than one occasion they found 3 clawed crawdads in the creek for all the crap that had been dropped in there. So, we'll let your imaginations go. Anyway, in the 1890s, they could find somebody to install a toilet. What they couldn't find was anyone who knew how to fix one. And in 1897, they finally convinced the commissioners that they needed to go out and check the condition of the building. And when they arrived in early 1897, they found holes in the walls, windows falling out, and 18 inches of raw sewage in the basement with people living and cooking above it.
Wow.
At that point, decision time again. Do we try to salvage this building or do we build a new one? They chose to build a new one. And to save money, they shored up the foundation of the 1851 asylum, extended the foundation, and built the building that you see today. It opened in late December of 1899, and the people living across the driveway simply packed up their belongings, came in, picked a room, and settled in. So from its time in service in 1899 when it opened until it closed in 2006, there were 1,487 people that called this place home. That includes the residents as well as the superintendents and their families. The superintendents here, and we are in the superintendent section of the building, and anywhere you find carpeting is the superintendent section. These are the public rooms where they would greet residents who were coming in to be admitted, and where residents could have family members come in and visit with them. You'll see that the residents' rooms are not really conducive to a family gathering. So these are public rooms. These rooms also served another purpose. In the event of someone dying here, in many cases they had family on the outside that would claim the body and deal with burial and all of that. However, if they passed here and they did not have family, the county is responsible for the burial of that person. And they're cheap, so they are not going to embalm that body. They are put in a pine box and they are buried in an unmarked graveyard here on the grounds. But because this is the late Victorian period, we are talking about people who have a terrible fear of being buried alive. So the solution was this. Because there are diseases that can mimic death, we'll put you in a deep enough coma that you appear dead when you are in fact alive. So Right over here, you see our witches' hat towers. There is a window seat that wraps that. In the event of someone dying and not being claimed by family, they would bring the body down here and place it on a table where that armchair is. And they would get residents who would volunteer to do so to come down and sit along the window seat to watch the body overnight to make sure they didn't wake up. That's where we get the term having a funeral or having a wake. It's from that fear of being buried alive. So that was another purpose that this served, was as a mini funeral home kind of setting for the residents that passed. There is an unmarked graveyard on the grounds, and as we're doing our tour, I will point out where that is. You are welcome to go out there and explore that space as well. Just be careful as you are walking, because the ground will undulate under your feet. They're not embalmed, so as they decompose, the ground has some sound. So if you'd like to follow me, we'll actually begin moving through the building. We're going to head to the left, and then around at the end of the hallway is this stairwell. It steps down. At the bottom of the steps, you'll come off onto a ramp, so please be very careful. When you come off, turn to your right. There used to be a small cell down here. The superintendents here were not trained medical professionals. This is a 350-acre working farm, so the guy, he's running a 350-acre farm. He's a farmer and he's a good manager. And the lady of the house was making sure everyone was clothed, fed, and provided with any medical attention that they needed. They're not doctors. So if someone comes in here who is a mental patient, who is somehow violent, schizophrenic, possibly a danger to themselves or to others, they're not equipped to handle that. So they did have a small cell down here, and they would bring them down here and place them in the cell. There are obviously no toilet facilities, which explains the channel that's been filled in here on the floor. They would then call the state police to come pick them up and take them to a facility in either Richmond or Muncie, where they could get treatment for that. The records that we have show that there wasn't anybody who was down here for more than 2 or 3 hours before the police were here to take them. So this is a very short-term situation, but there was a cell. If perchance there were 2 that came in here at the same time who were violent, they did not want to put them in together because they could hurt each other, obviously. So unfortunately, if 2 came in here at the same time, our second person did not get quite as luxurious an accommodation. If you look here on the wall, you can see that there is a bolt that has been broken off. There is a matching one on the other side. There was a set of manacles here. So the second mental patient would be manacled. I asked about the scrying because there is a mirror in this bathroom over here for scrying.
Yeah. I will look at it though.
Let's see.
Yeah, that's part of my fear is getting over it, is to actually, and this thing's probably been here for a while, huh?
Yes.
You can tell by the woodwork and all that stuff, it's been here for a while.
Yes, I think someone found it upstairs and brought it down here. It looks like it may have been part of an armoire set.
Yeah.
And somebody brought it down here to use for scrying.
A lot of things can be tied to this mirror.
Yes.
You never know.
Exactly.
Rodney, I need you to spend the night down here.
I kind of want to.
So this is available for anybody who gets a hankering to try scrying. And
Everyone's welcome.
there's another one back there. I guess there was some kind of thing to put them facing each other.
Oh, I was just thinking about that. I was going to put Rodney in the middle, and then I'll hold the mirror behind you.
Yeah. So coming through the asylum, you'll find that this is the only room in the asylum where there are bars on the window. It was built this way, we're not quite sure why, but it actually came in handy in the 1930s. In 1936, a lady named Ida Gunkel was admitted to the asylum. Her husband died about 6 years before that of syphilis, so you have a pretty good idea what was going on with Ida. Now, after her husband's death, her son was doing his best to take care of her. By 1936, he just couldn't do it anymore, so she was admitted to the asylum. She originally had a room here on the second floor on the women's side, but by 1938, her condition had deteriorated even further. And Ida would come out of her room screaming, pulling at her hair, ripping at her clothes, scratching herself. They were terrified she was going to get hurt. And this is a 350-acre working farm with all the farm equipment, the livestock, sitting on a highway with the creek and the woods back there, and the land over there drops off and it's very, very rocky. They could keep an eye on her during the day, but at night, if she manages to get out, she could be very badly hurt or killed. So their solution was to move all of Ida's belongings down here to the basement. And at 10 o'clock at night, lights out, they would come down, they would lock the door and lock Ida in. And with the bars on the windows, they could be sure that she wasn't going to be getting out. And then at 5 o'clock every morning for wake up, they would come down and they would open the door and let her out. Keep an eye on her during the day, keep her secure at night. That way they're sure she's safe. One night in August of 1938, she asked Mrs. Thornburg, who was the matron here at the time, for a broom. It's the basement. Mrs. Thornburg brought her a broom, told her goodnight, locked the door, and went to bed. When she came down the next morning, she found that in the night, Ida had taken the broom, put it over the pipes. Why she didn't just use the pipes, we're not quite sure. Pulled ticking off of her mattress, wrapped it around the broom around her throat, and had hanged herself in the night. Now, when she found Ida, she was dead, but both her feet were on the ground and she was leaning forward at a 45-degree angle. Her death certificate says that she died of strangulation, so we're left with the question. Did she step off the bed, hang, strangle, hanging, and then the ticking stretched overnight, which left her with her feet on the ground? Or did she misjudge the length, stepped off the bed, landed on the ground, and leaned into it? We are not sure. But this is Ida's room and where she committed suicide.
Everybody wake now?
The residents here lived by the bell. That rang 5 times a day, every day that this place was open, barring 2 weeks in the 1990s. It started out as an asylum and a poor farm, and in its days as a nursing home. In the early 90s, they sold off the county farm aspect of things and converted it to a nursing home. And the superintendent here said, you're all grown adults. If you want to eat, eat, get up, go to bed, go to bed. I don't care. That lasted 2 weeks. The residents pitched a holy fit until he brought back their beloved bell. So that rang 5 times a day. Wake up, breakfast, lunch, dinner, and lights out every day. Now we are on the men's side of the building. We are in the men's dining room. This is where the men would gather 3 times a day to take their meals. There is also a creeper elemental that has been seen in this room that darts the walls, the floor, and the ceiling. So if you see a small shadow darting around, nothing to be worried about. We're aware it's here. It's just kind of like, seeing a mouse. Kind of shocking more than anything else. When Doris was 2 or 3 years old, she was kicked in the head by a mule, and it did something to her speech. She had a difficult time articulating what she was trying to say. She was still really sharp, just had a hard time talking. It gave her a speech impediment. When she was 11 years old, her parents were killed in an accident, and her older sisters felt that her speech impediment would be detrimental to all of the sisters being adopted together. So they brought 11-year-old Doris here to the asylum, left her on the front steps, and then headed to the county orphanage together. So from the time she was 11 until the age of 83, when she passed away, Doris was a resident here at the asylum. She's one of the residents who chose to work, and the job that she chose to do was to cook. So for more than 70 years, every meal that passed through this place, Doris was involved in making. So this is Doris's kitchen, period. Very sweet lady by all accounts. People have very good mag light sessions in here, as well as picking up EVPs. She's very friendly soul. As we've been doing our tour, I've been talking about the men's side, the women's side. This room explains why men's side, women's side. Actually, more specifically, this wall explains why men's side, women's side. You can see that this is cheap plywood.
Yeah.
The rest of the walls in this building are stone. When the asylum originally opened in 1899, it wasn't segregated by gender. They kept families together. Regardless of age, regardless of gender, families stayed together. In 1914, a young lady named Lulu Woods was admitted to the asylum with her stepdad. We don't know where mom was. It was just stepdad and Lulu. They had a room together. Lulu became pregnant. She was 14 years old. Stepdad went to jail, and Lulu gave birth to the first child that she had here. Having been raped at that young of an age, abused, And giving birth at that young of an age, did something to Lulu that made her very vulnerable to men and a victim of men, quite literally the rest of her life. Her first time here at the asylum, she was here for almost 6 years, and in that course of time, she gave birth to another 2 illegitimate children. They removed this wall to create a nursery for Lulu and her children. Before she left, the state declared her incompetent to take care of the 3 children she had. They were removed from her custody and put into the orphanage here in Randolph County. All 3 children were adopted by the same family out of Muncie. So the children stayed together, and from our understanding, they did stay in contact with Lulu for the rest of her life. She was in and out of here another 7 times over the course of her life, and her death certificate at the age of 56 shows that she continued to be victimized by men up to the moment of her death. Her death certificate shows that she died of a massive heart attack, and at the time of her death, she had massive, heavy vaginal bleeding and bruising. So it is our belief that she was raped and had a heart attack in the perpetration of that rape. Before the U.S. was actually involved in the war, he went to the superintendent, whose name was Mr. Studi, and talked to him and told him about his concerns. And Mr. Studi agreed with him, and they went and they talked to the sheriff. What are we going to do? And the sheriff, the superintendent, and Mr. Studi put their heads together to come up with some kind of solution for any troublemakers that might be admitted. And the solution they came up with is right there.
Rodney, there's where you're sleeping tonight.
Yes.
Take a recorder with you. Apparently our guest in there does not much care for men joining him and has a rather colorful vocabulary, shall we say.
Yeah, we caught some of that colorful vocabulary.
Yes.
Get the F out.
Yes, that seems to be a commonly repeated refrain by him. Yes.
Did you hear that response? Let's replay that.
Is there anything you want from us?
So this was the solution that the judge came up with. This is the other medical room on this floor. So they took it over and they purchased a jail cell and installed it in there. The bathroom facility in there doesn't work either.
Just use it.
Please don't use it either. Just pointing that. One more floor.
Oh, it's nice and cold up here.
Yes.
It looks a little bit different than it did last time.
Welcome to the attic.
Oh, look at this swing.
It's actually for drying popcorn. In the summer, it gets oppressively hot up here.
Oh, yeah.
So it's perfect. They grew popcorn here at the farm, and they would bring it up here, dry it until it would fall out of the cobs, and then they used to sell it down by the road to help raise money for the place. So these are the drying racks that they used for the popcorn. They'd also hang up their onions, garlic, herbs, and things up here in the attic, so it was used for storage for the farm. Back through there is the superintendent's section of the building. And their piece of the attic. Now I do want to point out to you all of the beams, all of the upright beams that you come across here in the attic at the base of them is a 2x6.
Mom?
Yeah?
Victor, Rodney, Lindsay, and Amanda
Heads to the basement.
while Megan, Angela, Misty, Jessica, and Jason
Heads up to the second floor.
Alright, so we're all going downstairs here?
Yeah.
Alright.
I have to go behind you guys, so I'm documenting.
Watch your step.
Yeah, watch the
Look,
step.
every time.
Yeah, you said watch your step and then you.
Every time.
Lead by example, Rodney.
I can't do that.
Well, he showed me what not to do.
Yeah, exactly. We'll go down here.
Yeah, let's go to one corner and then work our way up.
I just gonna point this in this here real quick. You can actually see the lights blocked, and that's what we hope for. All right.
All right, so let's go to the far end over here, and then let's start over here, and then we'll work our way down. So this is the kitchen area where Doris is at.
Our friend Doris. Oh, yep, right here. Got one right there.
I told you, this place is off the hook.
Look.
So check this out on the camera.
Hold on real quick. I'm just making sure there's nothing that can...
So, it's right there in front of the thing.
Okay. So, anybody got a recorder going?
Yeah.
All right. Oh, Doris, can you come back? Can you please come back? Should we share a second ago?
Doris, can you give us a sign that you're here?
Can you stand in front of this camera? Heard that you like to help a lot of people, and you would stand down here a lot of times by yourself and cook food for the people that live here, the less unfortunate. We really appreciate you helping people. We need more people like that.
Doris, what was your favorite meal to cook?
Meanwhile, on the second floor,
This room is Lulu's room.
We are in a person named Lulu's room. So I would like to see if Lulu's with us today. So, Lulu, are you here? Are you afraid?
It was the camera turning on.
Yeah, sorry. Do you like to update for me, Lulu? Thank you.
did you hear that response?
Are you here?
Let's replay that.
Do you like to update for me, Lulu? If you're in here with us, can you make a noise? Can you light that meter all the way up? You gotta come and get really close to it.
Just lit all the way up.
Thank you. Is there something you'd like to say to us? What would you like to say? Give us a sign, let us know that you're here.
Meanwhile, in the basement.
All right, this is Rodney. I'm sitting in this little refrigerator room. Guess this has been in here for a while since this house has been built. Apparently this house has been built well over 100 years, I believe. And this is the freezer part where they used to store their food that they would try to keep frozen. Definitely different feeling in here, that's for sure. But that could just be my wife playing tricks on me or whatever. But Doris, are you here? Is there anything you want to tell us? Is there any way we can help you? Can you make a noise for me? Can you knock on the wall? Can you let me out? I'm stuck in here. Can you make the latch on this refrigerator make a noise? You get one?
We're getting some activity over here.
Are we?
Did you feel anything in there?
No, not really. I think it's because whatever, there you go. Whatever you got is out here and not in there.
Doris, are you in here with us? We're hungry.
I'm just saying, it smells differently down here.
Yeah.
Like, than other places. It's like right over here. It smells different than like over there.
Yeah.
Kind of like to me, it almost smells like a fake smell of a rose. For me, I don't know why.
Well, I mean, I'm kind of stuffy, but I smell something different.
Yeah. Bree, can you walk past this light?
You in here with us, Doris? All right, let's go ahead and head our way down.
There's something above you all.
Is there?
Come on.
Up here?
Up here?
Yeah. You see it?
Oh yeah, there is.
Hey.
I'm just like sitting up there.
Yeah. It's like up in the.
Right up there in that area.
Who's up here?
It's getting bigger.
Oh yeah.
Are you jumping down?
Yeah, it just jumped like down or something.
Can you climb back up there? You free floating spirit?
Here it goes. There it goes.
There you go. Holy cow.
Yeah. It went whoop.
You went up to
There it goes. There it goes. There it goes.
Can you stay there? Can you wave at us?
Hi. Yeah, because I was getting ready to say, uh-oh. It was going that way.
Oh, there it goes right there. It's huge too.
See, and
It's following her camera. It was following.
I want to know your name. But can you make a sound? Knock something over?
Rodney, it's right next to you.
Is it?
It's big. It's bigger than you. It's reaching over the top of your head.
It's
Reach
looking
up.
down. Reach up.
Reach up. It's kind of going away from you now.
Come on.
Can you touch his hand?
Can you please touch my hand or something? Look.
Step back, Rodney. Go back to that hallway where you're at.
I know.
All right.
For some reason, I don't want to turn my back to that. For some reason.
All right.
I don't blame you.
Just talking and everything.
Is anybody in here with us? We heard it's lunchtime.
Well, it's on the ground. Something's creeping on the ground.
Yep, it's down.
Is anybody here? That was weird, right?
Yeah. And it was like no joke. It was like this over the top and then around the sorry.
It's really weird because like a lot of investigations when we have pop up, they always pop up around. It's really weird. The big one and the small one.
Oh, here it is. Oh, sorry. You guys okay? I found the buzzer. Sorry.
Did you not do that?
No, yeah, I found the buzzer. I was like, I knew she did a buzzer, and I thought it was over here on this wall, and I was like, I don't freaking see it. Are you okay?
My legs are still shaking.
Yeah, because I about ran her over.
Well, here, I'm gonna let you have this because I just about dropped it, so I'm gonna give this to you since we're hitting buzzers and stuff.
Sorry, no more buzzer.
That was Victor.
Guess what? I am wide awake now.
Yeah, I am too.
You guys awake? Got the heart beating?
Yeah.
All right, let's finish this walk.
Hold on. Okay.
What was that light?
No, there was a light down here.
Yeah, there was, because I seen it.
Guys, come here. It's coming towards us. It is coming towards us.
Hey, who's down there?
Did you hear that knock?
That was me. Okay. Bump the door.
Hello?
What's your name? So see, like that one right there?
I'm telling you,
There's
it's
no
down
rhyme
there.
or reason.
It's down there by that wheelchair. Some kept drawing me
Look
to
how
that
close
room.
It is, so we can walk down there.
You want to go down there? Something kept drawing me to that thing.
It's going back.
That's why-
Backward. It's going back down that way.
Are you going down there at the end of the thing?
Wanna go?
Let's go down here and check it out.
Okay, because when we were in the kitchen area, something kept telling me to look down that way, towards that wheelchair area.
Mm-hmm.
It kept telling me to look down there, and that's why I kept shining my flashlight down here.
We just want to get to know you. We don't know who's down here. All right, let's keep trucking along.
We just want to come here and get your story. We know a lot of you lost your lives here, away from the people that you cared about. We think it's unfair. So we're here to try to get some answers and how we can help you. Show that you ain't got to be alone.
That was me.
Yeah, that's one reason I had the flashlight. But no, when you were talking, Rodney, I thought I heard something like down this way though.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to interrupt when you were talking.
Yeah, I could have sworn I heard noises down here too, just faint noises.
Yeah, because I was like, it was coming from this way, not here, because at first I was like, well, it's our footsteps, but
Yeah.
it's coming from that way.
Meanwhile, on the second floor,
You like us being in here in your space? Got it. Are you afraid of us? Tell us your name. Are you mad and upset because you got locked in here? Is there something you'd like to say to us? What did you hear, Jason? Because I just heard something.
Did you hear that response? Let's replay that.
Just let us know that you're here. Alright. We'll see you later. Maybe I can't tell if this is on or not, so.
Turn it on? Yeah. This flashlight's gonna give me
I have this box right here beside me. If you come up close enough, you can touch it. You don't have to talk if you don't want to. But I hear you like to talk a lot. Did you fall out the window?
Did you hear that response? Let's replay that.
Were you pushed out the window? You can light up that box like you were doing for yes.
Meanwhile, in the basement.
Yeah. Okay, cool. We can see you, Rodney.
You can see me?
Yeah.
Shit, this.
It's gonna be cool.
Alright, I'm sitting in front of the mirror. If you're a spirit and you're here with me, with us, or you're an intelligent spirit, you already know I don't like these mirrors.
Alright, how do you feel, sir?
Me?
Yep.
I mean, I feel okay. I mean, I don't feel no different. I try not to let my emotions override, you know, what I'm really feeling.
Yeah.
You know, I try not to overreact or whatnot. Right now, I know I've kind of had anxiety since I've been here today.
Mm-hmm.
Just with, you know, all the space of this property, the stories and all that stuff. So it's naturally going to give most people anxiety and stuff, knowing that they're surrounded by a lot of death, a lot of sad stories and stuff. And I don't like mirrors. I don't want nothing to do with them. But for the sake of our team, I will do it. Hoping that these spirits will feed off of it and do something magical.
I'm not saying anything either on camera. If you're not feeling nothing, I think you're good.
Yeah, I'm just not. Okay. I'm just not.
Yeah, I didn't see nothing either.
Yeah,
Do you all want to sit down in front of the mirror and see if you see anything?
I just didn't feel anything.
I will.
Okay.
I'll do it.
A lot of that's what she said. So the thought process is you'll see something or you'll feel something.
Okay.
So focus hard.
Like I said, if you point that SLS camera towards that mirror and it does pick up like a figure, that does not pick up reflections. We've debunked that at our own home. Trying to pick myself up.
We have investigated the second floor and the attic. We are heading back to base camp.
Okay, just give us a few minutes and then we'll head back up there. We're just doing this mirror test real quick.
Your eyes are very closed.
We just picked one up.
What was that?
Okay.
Oh, neat.
Did you see it?
Yeah.
There it goes again. There it goes again.
They like you sitting in front of the mirror.
I don't know if I should feel flattered.
Right?
It's getting closer.
Yeah, it is.
You can get closer to her. You want to sit next to her in the mirror?
Sit next to me.
She might like that.
I'm not here to hurt you.
Yes, we got it pointing up there. That's pointing out there, right?
Yeah.
I wonder if you point it towards yours.
Yeah, go ahead and
Yeah, see if.
If you want, you can tell me your name.
There. Look at that.
Yep, it's right there in the mirror, and that's not her.
Yeah, and we know that this doesn't pick up mirrors, reflections.
Because I've done it at Monroe, and it would not pick us up. So it's actually
It's
on the
sitting-
opposite side of her.
It's sitting right.
It's
There. Yeah.
Yep.
You got a friend. It's not picking you up.
Yeah.
It's right next to you. Like, do you feel anything?
No, I don't feel anything.
What's your name?
Did you hear that response? Let's replay that. What do you think?
Would you like to touch my hand?
All right.
There it is. Yeah.
Bump stamps.
Can you tell me your name? Would you like to hold my hand?
Did you hear that response? Let's replay that.
I'll put them both out. You can, if you want, you can touch either one. Touch my shoulder.
There. It's right there.
That's awesome. So if I had to say, it's over
Right there.
right there. Oh, sorry.
No, you're fine.
Right here next to you. It's literally like right next to you, sitting, standing there, like. I would say if it's anything, it's in front of you.
Looks like it's leaning on something.
Are you leaning against the mirror?
Can you wave to us? Looks like it's sitting crisscross applesauce. Look at that.
Yeah.
Oh, are you mimicking me?
Do you like sitting just like her?
TEPS analyze the spirit of the little boy playing with the entire team as they investigate his room.
You want to mess with that ball again for us? We know how much you like playing with it. Cool.
Awesome.
That makes us so happy. Oh, and real quick, what was your name again? Was it Noah?
Can I play you a song? Awesome.
Awesome. There
Okay,
you
buddy,
go.
here we go. Let me try this out. I'm getting better at it.
Yes.
Here
Gonna
we go.
play you a song.
You gotta do the wooden part on the bottom.
Oh.
You're holding the handle.
Upside down.
If you like it, you can light up that ball.
Yeah, let us know if you like that sound. Yeah?
Awesome.
You want me to ring the bell too? Do you like that?
We're all playing together.
Yes. Can you light it up again? You like that? Want us to do it again? If you do, you can light up that ball for us.
If you light it up, we'll ring this thing loud again. You want us to ring it really loud?
Woo! This is the first time ever.
I've never
in
seen
all
this
our
ball act this
investigations
way.
And this is the only time it's ever lit up.
On command,
On
like
command.
this. I've never seen this before.
Noah, do you know any songs?
You know, I'll go ahead and... Oh, look at the ball was already...
It's already lighting up.
Alright, let me record this.
Yeah, let him record it real quick.
Okay.
Hey Noah, are you still up here with us? Can you light up that ball?
Oh, it just lit it up.
We're just gonna pull some recording real quick, and then we're gonna probably borrow the little reader. You good with that?
Can you let it go off? Okay, Jake, we're recording. This is the ball. Hey Noah, can you light up that ball for us?
Just light it up one more time for us, buddy.
He wants to show his buddy that you're here and that you're talking to us.
Just real quick.
Can you do it for us, Noah? Yeah.
There you go. There you go. Thank you so much.
Thanks, buddy. Now, you want to say something so he can maybe hear you?
Want to say hi?
Did you hear that response? Let's replay that.
And there's no explanation for that because out of all the investigations we've done, we've never been able to get that ball to light up on.
See, Jake, look, you got to really hit this.
Not as hard, but.
Sorry, Noah. Hold on, I'll get it for you.
I think Noah likes that ball.
You got to really touch this thing for it to
Like censor out.
go
Yeah.
off.
Yeah.
Let it go out. And we'll ask Noah to touch it again. He just said something too.
Yeah, did you hear that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you like that ball, Noah? Is that your ball?
I thought that was just me hearing that.
Is that your ball, Noah?
Yes.
Is that your favorite toy now?
He just said yes.
Is it your favorite toy, Noah?
You can light it up again. Sounds like he said no.
Are you getting tired of playing with that? Noah, are you in here with us?
Can you make a noise for us?
Do you want us to ask them to let you out? What do you want us to do?
Did you just say help?
Do you want us to leave?
Why would it make you mad? Because this is your bed?
Or you just don't want a guy sleeping in your bed?
If you tell us your name, we'll leave. I won't sleep in your bed.
Is Carl your name? No? What's your name? You gotta say it clearer, buddy. We can't hear you. What's your name?
Was your name Anthony?
Bet you was pretty upset, wasn't you?
Well, first off, can you tell us your name? Do you want us to ask them to let you out?
What if I slept on your bed tonight? Would that make you mad? Tell us your name, we'll leave. I won't sleep in your bed.
Is Carl your name? No?
It is kind of comfortable. Got 2 mattresses in here. Get my sleeping bag.
No. Who's here with us?
Did you not want us to leave? Can you climb back up there? You free floating spirit?
There it goes. There it goes.
There you go. Holy cow.
Yeah. It went whoop.
You went up to
There it goes. There it goes. There it goes.
That's me.
I heard like a footstep down there. Oh, motherfucker, you scared me.
Holy not cool. No, we should all.
You scared the hell out of me.
You want to mess with that ball again for us? I know how much you like playing with it. Cool.
Awesome.
That makes us so happy. Was it Noah? Yeah, let us know if you like that sound. Yeah?
Awesome.
Noah, do you want us to sing the ABCs to you?
Or do you just like the red ball thing? The red and blue ball. You like that? Are you alone on this floor? We were looking for Lulu and Ida and Doris earlier. Yeah, no, this one's off the hook. This is the recorder for Noah's room on top of the spirit box.
Noah, what's your favorite color?
I can't wait to hear the recording. It sounded like it said either blue or green. Are you here with us, buddy? Can you make that ball jump again?
Please allow us to record this. All right, thank you. All right, let's get up here.
Okay, so Let's go get a DVR system. That was off the hook. That was crazy. Come on. That was great. So, thank God, this place has like a lot of electricity, so let's take it back up. Alright, let's go back upstairs to the DVR system. We'll set one up here for like the one with the two cameras.
Which is the DVR one, because we only have the cameras.
It's over here by the slide table. You want to reach out and touch my hand? Do that. Call it. Call it. Reader, do you want that this way? Yep, it's right there. You like that light right there, dude?
I think it's right next to you. It's big. It's bigger than you. It's reaching over the top of your head. Reach up.
Reach up.
Reach up. It's kind of going away from you now.
Come on.
Can you touch his hand?
Hey, please, touch my hand or something. Look.
Step back, Harvey. Go back to that hallway where you're at. Alright.
For some reason, I don't want to turn my back to that spot over here.
I don't blame you.
Go point this way then.
Can you stand next to me again?
Okay, we're recording again.
Thank you, Angela.
You are awesome. Doris, are you here with us?
One of these rooms is man's down.
There's a nice floor down
The second floor.
Okay.
Well, kind of like
Motherfucker, he scared the shit.
not cool. No, we saw. Oh my god, that's crazy.
Look, I look kind of like, no, that's him. And then they're like, oh shit.
Cool.
Hey, I had a figure by me in a mirror. So.
Go ahead and touch that ball for us one more time for me.
You're awesome, Noah.
It's Randolph County time again. We're at the Randolph County Asylum, and I think this was an amazing investigation. What do you all think?
Absolutely.
Absolutely, with a lot of walking.
Yeah, it's very big.
Huge.
Yeah, I think like when you drive by and you see it, you're like, oh, that's not too bad. And then when you walk all 58,000 square feet,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a totally different story. Yeah.
In the cold.
Yeah, in the cold.
And it's very cold.
Yep.
Yes.
So it was a great time. Thank you all for coming.
Yes.
Thanks for
having us.
And team, we'll keep you posted. Hopefully, we'll get this done before Christmas. We'll see. Bye, everyone.
Bye. Keep watching.
As always, thank you for watching. On the next episode of Paranormal Investigations, the team revisits Jamestown, Kentucky. Will they again find the angry spirit that has haunted this home for over 15 years? Tune in next time to find out what happens on Paranormal Investigation.